been a while. Haven't chatted to you guys for a long time. It's been a difficult few weeks. The last time I spoke to you, I was talking about light in darkness and the joy that I had even in the dark places. I tell you, that joy has been tested. A few weeks ago, we lost someone really close to us. My father-in-law passed away, and it's been difficult. It's been really difficult for the whole family. He was incredible. For me, I remember him as being one who loved me. I came in from nowhere. He didn't choose me, but I arrived and he loved me. Just did. There's a way that he loved, which I think many who know him, who've been pulled into the family, understand, recognize a word that was probably best associated with the way he loved, which is adoption. He would pull you in, graft you in-laws, distant relatives. If you're family, you're family. You belong, and that was it. And so we mourn his loss, and I think the thing about loss, particularly currently with COVID, everything is difficult. The way that we grieve has been completely distorted because of processes and restrictions. The way that we gather is not anymore. So grief is really difficult. I think the thing that is a challenge, and always has been a challenge, is this feeling of being cheated. You know, you feel like what was supposed to happen didn't happen. What could have, would have, was going to be in this painted story that you have has now been taken away and erased, and it feels like it's not fair. We feel that our right to ongoing relationship with that person has been cut off and withdrawn. We struggle, don't we, with our rights. It should be less about our rights and more about the privilege that we have to be. It is an absolute privilege. I heard a sermon recently at my church, and it wasn't about this, but he mentioned this. Sorry about the wobble. He mentioned us being dust, soil, given life. I haven't been able to shake it off, no pun intended, but this thing about us being dust just keeps coming back to me, and I wrote some stuff down, and I'll just show you what I wrote. I think this is still going someplace, but I just started to look into things, and the word soil, humus, Latin derivative, soil, from which we get the word humus, which some people call compost. Soil, the lowliest and least revered of substances, perhaps, unless you're a gardener, in which case it's a description of perhaps the richest compost filled with precious nutrients, a framework inviting life. Humus, Latin word, soil, from where we get the word humble, the lowest and least revered, from where we get the word homo, human, the lowest and least revered. Soil, it's from whence we came. Lowest and least revered, unless there is a gardener who sees a framework inviting life, and so he breathes in it, and man emerges. Soil, dust, but with the breath of God, and so life of man. A lot to work out there. It's really, really interesting, really special. But I just think the thing is that we are dust given life, and even more than life, we have adoption. We've been pulled in, we've been grafted in, and if you know Christ, you know that you're in this family where you're in, you belong. And that's a wonderful place to be. And there's a beautiful peace that you derive from his sovereignty, knowing that this story is his. He wrote it. And this could have, would have that you'd extrapolated to in your mind is in your mind. So, yeah. I'm quite happy, I think, being dust in the gardener's hands, being breathed into. That's all right.